From the Convergence Studio in the School of Communication, this is Loyola News Chicago.
The violence that has rocked the Ukraine over the last week is being felt back here in Chicago. Good afternoon, I'm Nick Amatangelo.
And I'm Emily Olson. The Consulate General of Ukraine in Chicago's River North neighborhood has been a center of activity since the protests began. A Ukrainian flag is flying at half-mast at the National Consulate here in Chicago. Remnants from a memorial service on Sunday can still be seen. Hundreds of gatherers stood outside the consulate in black clothing to remember the 82 people who died during protests against the government in Kiev. Dozens of candles were lit and hundreds of roses were distributed to honor the deceased in a peaceful protest against Ukraine's former president, Viktor Yanukovych. Although the violence in Ukraine seems to be winding down, Consul General is still offering help. According to the Ukrainian Congress Committee of America, Chicagoland houses over 85,000 Ukrainians, but the Consulate General of Ukraine believes there could be as much as 100,000. Loyola's Office of International Programs say there are currently no Ukrainian students enrolled, but there was one student who studied at Loyola in the fall.
Crime rose once again in February following a trend we reported a few weeks ago. A report by the Loyola Phoenix found that crime in February has gone up dramatically compared to February of last year. In the Rogers Park area, criminal sexual assaults have gone up 150%. Aggravated battery has seen an increase with 14 attacks this month. Burglaries have gone up only 7%, but have the highest number of instances with 44. Many residents, including Loyola students, are showing concern for the unseasonably high crime rates for the colder months. But 49th District Alderman Joe Moore says police are aware of the issue and trying to solve it before the summer months. To help combat sexual crimes on campus, Loyola's Wellness Center has created a new phone app. Here for You is a free iPhone application Loyola students can download and use either on campus or wherever they are. Launched by the Wellness Center in December, Here for You provides information and resources about stalking, dating violence, and sexual assault. By clicking one of the 4 categories, users can learn about reporting options, medical services, and statistics. Loyola already has police, campus safety locations, and more than 400 blue light emergency phones, but with its immediate and discreet accessibility, Here for You is another way to keep students safe. For example, Loyolans may use the CTA or cars to get around, so the app can alert them to any crimes nearby.
I think Rogers Park is pretty safe as it is, but it would be nice to know what is going on around campus.
Here for You should not be used as a substitute for a 911 call. The application is only designed as an informational tool.
Loyola students are protesting the cancellation of a graduate program in community development and social justice. Students gathered on the Water Tower campus saying they wanted to get the attention of Loyola's president, Father Garanzini. The canceled program teaches students social change and how to influence community development. Students say dropping the program goes against the values they studied in class. Students currently have until 2016 to complete the program. A new report in the Loyola Phoenix highlights the discrepancy in pay between part-time and full-time faculty, both at Loyola and nationwide. According to the report, part-time faculty at Loyola can make between $4,000 and $5,000 per 3-credit course a semester. However, they are only allowed to teach 2 classes per semester. Loyola currently has 717 part-time faculty in comparison to 876 full-time, meaning that only 45% of instructors are part-time. Bridget Sheeran caught up with Emily Studi, who conducted the investigation for the Phoenix. She explained why she felt this issue should be important to students.
Provost John P. Pelissaro gave me some facts as far as how much full-time faculty make. And it ranges anywhere from, around 60,000 to well above 100,000. And when you're looking at that and thinking, well, but my part-time professor taught me just as much as my full-time professor did, but is only getting paid, $16,000 to $20,000 a year to teach me this, it's alarming, it's shocking, it's something that students need to be aware of, and I don't think many are aware of it. And again, it's not even just at Loyola, it's nationwide. So it is something that isn't covered often, but is a really huge problem in our society.
According to the report, one of the main reasons to not hire more full-time faculty is to avoid higher tuition increases.
Loyola students were surprised last semester when a long-time dining option was removed, and we found that many students at the downtown campus are getting creative to get their fill. Baumhart Hall on Loyola's Water Tower campus is home to about 550 students. The Terry Food Court in Baumhart used to be the go-to place for students to grab a quick bite between classes. But today, the former food court has been replaced by a bookstore and a wellness center. Students aren't exactly thrilled to lose their favorite snack spot. Some students that once got food from Terry now are forced to find other options.
Now I generally just bring stuff from home because, there's no options here. Before I just go to Terry and I'd get like a wrap, I'd get a burger or something like that, where now I don't really want to spend my own money, so I'm just gonna make a sandwich and bring it here.
Today, Nina's Cafe is one of only 2 places students can eat at the downtown campus using Loyola meal plans. The other, the brand new Lou's Deli. We went to Lou's to see what's on the menu. This sandwich cost us $10 and took more than 5 minutes to prepare. Many students, like Audrey Bailey, are now being forced to cook more in their apartments or bring food from home.
Definitely like to cook, and plus there's Potash Grocery right down the street, so that's where I go and get all my grocery materials. So I definitely cook more now than I used to.
Potash Market on State Street is the closest grocery store to the Water Tower campus, but many students are going elsewhere for eating options. There are several off-campus places for fast food, from Subway to Chick-fil-A to those famous Golden Arches. But Lou's provides students with a new place to eat. Sophomore Eleanor Diaz doesn't mind the food at Lou's, but she feels there aren't many options.
I love Lou's, but I'm a picky eater, so I literally get the same 2 things every time I come here. So I'm sure next semester I'm going to get tired of this.
Construction on the new Quinlan School of Business started earlier this year, but it won't help students with this problem. The new building is not slated to have a new dining facility as of now. Until that changes, students will continue to find new places to eat at the Water Tower campus. A spokesperson from Loyola told us the university felt there were too many dining options to keep Terry profitable, which is one of the several reasons the university shut it down.
Most Loyola students have grown up with the works of Tim Burton and Lemony Snicket. Now they can see the artists who inspired them at the Loyola University Museum of Art. Luma and university libraries are presenting 2 collections of the work of artist and writer Edward Gorey. Gorey is famous for his gothic and sometimes creepy sketches. Though Gorey was from Chicago, this is the first exhibit to be presented in his hometown.
Well, it's a thrill for us at Luma to have this first major retrospective of Edward Gorey's art. He was a Chicago artist, born here after all.
The exhibit includes Gorey's personal sketches, published artwork, and books. Visitors can see the Gorey exhibitions until June 15th. Students can visit Luma and the Gorey exhibits for free. They're open Tuesday through Sunday.
The best college reviews rate campus chapels across the globe. For the second year in a row, Loyola's Madonna della Strada reclaims the 16th most beautiful spot out of 30. Our Lady of the Way, or Madonna della Strada, sits on Loyola's campus in Rogers Park and overlooks Lake Michigan. Architects built the chapel in 1938 and later remodeled it in 2007. Loyola's community uses the church for weekly devotions and masses. Even the public can rent out the chapel for weddings. In case you're wondering, the best college reviews name Notre Dame's Basilica of the Sacred Heart the #1 most beautiful college chapel.
Coming up on Loyola News, see what happened when Chicago's stars of the ice are thrown into the fire.
And spring sports are in full swing. The UIC Pavilion will soon be alive with the pitter-patter of roller skates. More on that when we come back.
Not really.
This can't be happening. Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
I got no balls for losing.
He's in beefing.
Shocking. Does it roll all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We're just buzzed. Just buzzed? You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
Megan Carabelli is here with sports. So, how are Loyola sports doing this week?
Thanks, Emily. Let's hear about our #1 men's volleyball team. The men's volleyball team took on IPFW over the weekend. The Mastodons put up a good fight, but the #1 ranked Ramblers proved to be too much to handle. The Ramblers hadn't played in Gentile Arena since February 8th, so they were ready to put on a show for the home crowd. The Ramblers jumped out to a lead in every set, beating the Mastodons with plays like this kill by Joe Smalzer. IPFW refused to go down without a fight, coming back in every set and even winning the second set. They beat the Ramblers 25-23. But Loyola refused to be beaten, battling back to win the third and fourth set 25-21 and 25-18. Thomas Jeski recorded a double-double in the 3-1 victory. The Ramblers are back in action on Thursday when they take on the Quincy Hawks at Quincy University. That game starts at 7 p.m. The women's basketball team faced a tough loss on Sunday against Drake University. Lou Wolf had his own fun at the game and got some of the younger crowd riled up. If only he had gotten the Ramblers as excited. Here's senior Troy Hambrick with a big block in the first. Ariel Beavers got a nice steal for Loyola later on in the first half. At the half, Loyola was in the lead by 1, but it was not enough to take down Drake. Here's a pass from Bulldog Alyssa Marshner, and that's 2. Loyola got within 32 seconds left on the clock, but Drake senior Ashley Bartow hit her 3. The Bulldogs finished the night with a 764 win against Loyola. Spring sports are starting even if the weather is not quite cooperating. But some sports don't necessarily need to be played outside. I caught up with Chicago's women's roller derby team, the Windy City Rollers, at the UIC Pavilion to see what kind of training they're doing.
You'll never guess who's wearing these skates. Teachers, nurses, and even a Cudahy librarian. But I would imagine they're not this aggressive at their day jobs. The Windy City Rollers are a traveling women's roller derby team who call the UIC Pavilion home. But what is roller derby anyway? The team is separated into 3 positions: the blockers, the pivots, and the jammers. The point of the game is for the jammer of one team to pass as many blockers from another team as possible. For every blocker they pass, they get 1 point. Blockers are responsible for doing just that, blocking. They can use almost any means necessary to stop the jammer from getting through while helping their own jammer get past the opposing team. Pivots are a special kind of blocker that set the pace for the pack, and they tend to be the strategic brains behind the team. In roller derby, physical contact is a team effort. But most agree it's the best part.
If you're coming up behind me, you can move the mic a little bit, but your chest would be facing me, and I cracked into your sternum. The chick fell back and actually peed. She told me afterwards, she's like, you made me, you call it a trackcident when you have an accident on the track, and I was like, yes.
But training for plays this intense takes a lot of time and practice.
Well, we have practices and scrimmages during the week, and they're intense, and they're just like a bout would be. You know, it's a lot of hitting, a lot of endurance training.
We go straight from basics to pretty intense things, and it could be all in one practice.
The injuries are pretty common, but these tough ladies always get back on the track.
I tore PCL in a scrimmage after I had just come back from that surgery, so now I'm healthy and ready to actually play.
Even though they spend their nights getting a little rowdy, Derby girls always know who's got their back.
The bond that you form together for one common goal has been the most amazing part for me.
And you really gain a family out of it, like sisters.
It's just one big happy family. Gonna have good days, bad days, but everyone's there for you anyway.
While this sport is about as unconventional as it gets, it brings its own unique following.
It's like a cult, kind of. It's really good.
The Windy City Rollers are hosting a training camp on March 8th for anyone wanting to buff up their roller derby skills. The start of the season is on March 22nd. You know, I think I'd like to audition to be tryout. Is that what they call it?
Try out for roller derby? I'd like to try too, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't go very well. Thanks, Megan.
Now that the Olympics are over, some of the Chicago Blackhawks are trying their hand at acting. Defenseman Brent Seabrook and Duncan Keith had a cameo appearance Tuesday night on NBC's Chicago Fire. They appear giving their waitress, Shay, played by Lauren German, 2 tickets to a game as tip for the milks they ordered. Shay is annoyed at getting what she calls baseball tickets as she complains to these stars, unaware who they are. Even after she learns, she seems to care less and grumbles about how cheap they are. The duo played themselves in this episode to promote this weekend's game outside at Soldier Field against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Chicago has received a grant to build the nation's flagship digital lab, a research institution for manufacturing and digital innovation. The Department of Defense awarded the $70 million grant to the city this week. Chicago beat out several other cities to build the facility. President Obama hopes the digital lab will ensure the creation of new manufacturing jobs.
Loyola now has its own Social and Interactive Media Lab, or SIM for short. It's a place that encourages dialogue between society and technology. The SIM Lab recently launched inside Loyola School of Communication. The lab serves as a technology hub and is equipped with top-notch technology and interactive games, including the Xbox Kinect and Alienware computer systems. Dr. Florence Chi is one of the key people behind the SIM Lab. She says she wants to bring the humanity back into technology.
In order to speak critically about the technology, we totally believe that you need to engage with it. So to have the hands-on experience right there in front of you while you're talking about the ethical issues inherent in something like a video game.
The open house included a Q&A with Professor Andre Brock from the University of Michigan. He had a lot to say about the emerging media and racial identities on the internet. The SIM Lab is not a recreational room. Faculty and advanced students can use the lab to conduct research and start academic discussions.
Coming up, find out what some Loyola students are or are not giving up for Lent.
And up next, we have Swimmy. That's what we're doing. Swimmy Fallon is up next.
There are so many fun things we all can do to be healthier, no matter who you are or where you are. So let's move.
Oh, here we go.
Let's stretch in the grass.
What a play.
Let's play tag.
Wow, unbelievable.
Let's jump up and down.
Oh, what a way to finish it.
And most of all, let's eat better so that we have the energy we need to play an hour a day, every day.
Everyone can play. Just go to letsmove.gov to learn more.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Here with today's Loyola Extra. So Kendall, what's the word in entertainment?
Well, there's a lot going on in Hollywood right now, so I will just jump right in because today we are talking movies. It's a Super Bowl of award shows. The 86th Academy Awards are almost here, and the Academy certainly had its fair share of good films to choose from. Let's take a look now at some predicted winners. Hopes are high for Matthew McConaughey this year. Time Magazine, IndieWire, and MoviePhone all predict he will take home the Oscar for Best Actor for his performance in Dallas Buyers Club. As for this year's Best Actress, many are placing their bets on Cate Blanchett for her role in Blue Jasmine. And finally, the Oscars would be nothing without an award for Best Picture. The Huffington Post says 12 Years a Slave will win the award, while the entertainment website Awards Circuit agrees. But a poll from the Hollywood Reporter suggests Gravity will be the real winner. Another big category is for Best Supporting Actor, which many are placing their bets on Jared Leto for his portrayal of a transgender AIDS patient in Dallas Buyers Club. Lupita Nyong'o's also been making headlines for her work in 12 Years a Slave, and there are a lot of people rooting for the up-and-coming star to win Best Supporting Actress. And I am personally wondering what she's going to be wearing on the red carpet because oh my gosh, she has some great style. Have you guys seen her on the red carpet before?
I have not. I'm actually more interested in the Best Actor nomination. I really want to see Leo DiCaprio get his first Academy Award.
Well, from what the polls tell us, looks like Matthew McConaughey might take that win.
We'll have to wait and see. Thanks, Kendall.
Sure.
With Ash Wednesday next week, many people at Loyola are starting to think about what they want to give up for Lent. We found a lot of people who are not giving up anything, but a few students we are talked to are willing to make the sacrifice.
For Lent this year, I'm going to be giving up just all unhealthy foods. I'm going to try to eat healthier, just to eat vegetables and fruits and no desserts anymore.
Candy, any type of cake, ice cream, cupcakes. Anything I really shouldn't be eating, but like to eat.
Last year I gave up junk food. I'm looking to probably giving that up again this year. Simply because I feel like I eat way too much of it and it's not necessarily good for my health, especially because I have one more soccer season left in my career and I have to make sure it's the best I can make it.
If you think 40 days sounds like a long time to give something up, many Eastern Orthodox churches observe Lent for 50 days because they don't count weekends.
And finally, you might want to call him Swimmy Fallon from now on. The new host of The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, will participate in Chicago's Polar Plunge this Sunday. He responded to Mayor Rahm Emanuel's challenge to take part in the event. Fallon later tweeted that he would take the plunge in a suit and tie and encouraged others to do so as well. Let's hope he stays warm out there in frigid Lake Michigan. I don't know about you guys, I would never go swimming in Lake Michigan in February.
No. But thanks for watching our news today. Thanks for watching.
Have a good day.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with another edition of Loyola News Chicago. Have a good day and happy spring break.